There's something unsettling about how normal most days feel. Not good, not bad, just normal. People wake up. They move through routines they barely question. They go to sleep thinking tomorrow will somehow be different. And nothing feels wrong enough to interrupt the cycle. Time doesn't arrive like a warning. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't say, "Pay attention." It simply keeps moving. And because it moves quietly, people assume there's plenty of it left. Most lives don't fall apart. They stabilize, schedules form, habits settle in. Days begin to look familiar. People get used to the feeling of being slightly unsatisfied. Not miserable, just not fully present. They tell themselves they're being patient, that they're waiting for the right moment, that timing matters. So they wait. They wait while scrolling. They wait while planning. They wait while talking about what they'll do eventually. And the waiting starts to feel productive, even though
Nothing changes. Weeks pass this way, then months. Life becomes efficient but not intentional, busy but not meaningful. People learn how to distract themselves from the quiet discomfort. They stay occupied. They stay entertained. They convince themselves that staying comfortable is the same as being safe. Nothing collapses. Nothing forces a decision. And because no decision is forced, no decision is made. This pattern has a name: avoidance. Not dramatic avoidance. Not fear that looks obvious, but subtle avoidance. The kind that hides behind routine, behind preparation, behind "I'll get to it soon." It's not that people don't know what they're avoiding. They just don't feel enough pressure to stop. Years pass quietly this way, not with regret at first, with acceptance. People adjust their expectations. They shrink dreams slowly so it doesn't hurt. They stop asking big questions. They stop imagining different versions of themselves, and eventually, they stop noticing time altogether. Until one day, something small breaks through. A moment, a thought, a comparison they didn't expect to make. And suddenly, the distance between who they are and who they thought they'd be becomes visible. That's when time feels heavier. Not because it's gone, but because it was spent unconsciously. People realize they weren't robbed. They weren't unlucky. They simply stayed still while everything else moved. The routines that once felt harmless now feel permanent. The comfort that once felt earned now feels limiting. And the most uncomfortable realization settles in. Nothing dramatic caused this, just repetition. The hardest truth isn't that time passes, it's that it passes without resistance. No alarms, no deadlines, no moment where everything clearly goes wrong. Just days that felt fine. And that's why this realization doesn't demand action. It doesn't shout. It lingers. It asks quietly, how long has life been moving without being consciously lived? That thought doesn't need an answer right now. It just needs to be noticed. And once it's noticed, it rarely leaves.